Take a look at my friend Mike, 29 years old, before, and is this an after or what? 6 months into the Corona Beard Challenge. Hello, this is Craig Berzinsky for Beardbrand Alliance. We are 6 months into the Corona Beard Challenge. Some people gave up, but a lot of you have continued to go and are pledging to make it a year. Let's see where these guys are, age 15 to 57, with their 6-month Corona beards. Stay tuned. Here we go. Our first guy, as I said, is a 15-year-old. He is Sardar, and you can see here he is looking older than 15, but that's a 15-year-old beard when you look at his face. If that's the hair that he has after 6 months, which is pretty par for the course for someone who's 15 years old. We have Anis, who is 18, who is from Slovenia. So for an 18-year-old, this is a really pretty good beard. A lot of guys at 18 don't have beards, or they're just really starting to develop. And here we have what looks like a fairly mature beard for 18. Good job there. We have a submittal that you might have recognized this guy from before. A number of these guys had submitted before and have continued to move on with their beards. So I'm going to show their pictures here. This was submitted by his brother, and he is 19 years old, and he is from, what is it, Kerala. And once again, he has a very good beard also for 19 years old. Many teens ask me when my beard is going to come in, when my beard is going to come in. And if you're like me, it didn't come in at 19. And so to see guys who have beards, significant beards, like a Jack Malacco at 18, 19 years old, I think it's pretty praiseworthy. We have another guy from Bangladesh who's 20, who had some stubble, letting his beard come in. And, you know, I'd like the profile aspect of this picture, but you can actually see that beards have different shapes and as they come in. And that's one thing that you'll see when you're letting your beard come in for the first time and then going through a process of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. As I've always said, let your beard go for about 60, 90 days. When you're letting it go for 180 days, you're really going to get the full depth, full breadth of what your current beard looks like. At that time, dormant hairs that have been in your skin are popping through, so you're probably getting the maximum coverage that you're going to have at 6 months of age. We have a guy here who's also 20 years old from Saudi Arabia, Sayed, and he had been sporting a mustache and decided to let the beard come in. And I think it's a great addition to his look. And once again, a very healthy, mature-looking beard for a 20-year-old. We have another guy from India here who was rocking some stubble before with some mustache, Yas, and he is 21 years old and letting the full beard come in. So this is good. We have a lot of young guys here from India, and which is strange. It's a pocket of like 18 to 21-year-olds who are all from India. So we have Pamar, who is 22 years old, and let his stubble beard from March come in, and what is a phenomenal looking beard at 6 months. That's a beard that suggests even longer than 6 months. And so here we have a guy who has fast growth. At 6 months, your beard roughly will grow about 3 inches. So think about 3 fingers. Your hand is about 4 fingers high. So about 3 fingers worth of hand is what you're going to get on a 6-month beard. So seeing that kind of projection on the bottom of the chin makes pretty significant beard. This guy's beard looks like it actually grew a little faster than 3 inches per month. We have a 22-year-old Vac from Bangalore, and went from a very, like this guy's looks considerably changed to go from a clean, smooth shaved face to a substantial beard. And it's a great beard, a great look. He has what is like the quintessential look when I think of guys when they say, oh, I want to grow a beard. This is the beard I think that guys have in mind, a very full beard. He's gotten the hair high and tight and looks you know, pretty sharp there. Once again, these are a lot of young guys, another 22-year-old from Argentina, what is it, Lautaro, and once again, grew a pretty significant beard. So you'll see the change happening from the time you were in your late teens into your 20s, where your mature beard is starting to take set in place. I'm going to point out on this guy that if you look on his before picture on the center of his mustache, it looks a little sparse. And guys say, hey, I don't want to grow it out because I have a bald patch, I have a sparse area. So here's a guy who took advantage of what you can see is, remarkable coverage on his chin in the before picture. And he let it go, and sure enough, he has a phenomenal beard with great shape. A good jaw to start with, and this actually even enhances that more. But even with a sparse mustache in the after picture, I think it's a great look. But looking at this guy, he might be able to carry off a whaler beard or a sea captain's beard. You can see that kind of beard here. We have a 26-year-old from Delhi who took advantage of quarantine not only to grow the beard, but also to lose the hair. And talk about a transformation. He is, McGough, and as I said, 26-year-old from Delhi. We have another 26-year-old whose look really changed by growing a beard, and a pretty substantial beard at the age of 26. And may I point out, a beard that is graying at the age of 26. People ask me, like, when am I going to go gray? When will I get gray hair? And I don't know why you people want to rush it. But here is a guy who has significant patches, and you can actually see that this is a pattern that I see a lot, where guys keep dark color in a mustache, maybe down into the tails, and a classic horseshoe-shaped mustache. And it looks like he is graying in that pattern also, and at 26 years old. So if you're wishing for that to happen, in some guys it happens early. We jump now to 32 years of age. We have Sauce, and I put this one in there. Some guys sent me they had a beard before and they let it grow, or their beard really wasn't 6 months. And so this guy has taken advantage of the fact that he's always been bearded to let the beard go beyond what his normal comfort level was. And so this is what appears to be beyond a year at this point. So this is a guy has the potential to go beyond this, maybe to a tweard, and let the beard go. So I put this one in there because I think it's fascinating. So not every guy started from zero. Some guys just said, hey, I'm not going to shave. I don't have access to a barber. Or I've always worn a beard, but I'm going to let it go longer than what my normal comfort level would be. And so we see a lot of guys, actually a lot of my friends who would rock maybe a 2-month beard at most, have been wearing a 4-month beard or a 5-month beard. We have Kenny, you've seen him before, but he has let his beard go at the age of 37 to come in. He's from the UK, and his beard has come in nicely, changing his looks very dramatically. Our next one here is a 39-year-old, and his name is Cam. Cam and I are good friends. We go back to the start of Instagram, so like 6 or 7 years. He has typically worn a handlebar mustache, and so there was a time where him and a buddy of mine and myself all sported, a big curl on the mustache. And he had let that go for a little bit, and now he has let the full beard come in. And what a beard it is. He's from down under, he's an Aussie, as I said, and 39, rocking a phenomenal beard. I'm wondering, are you going to keep it? Down in Australia, it's winter, we're headed for spring now. Will you keep this beard, Cam, through the summer? I challenge you to do that, and let it go. We have Insha, who is 44, from Florida. And so you can see that his beard has a significant amount of silver or white in it as it's come in. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how not only a beard can change your looks, it can actually either add age or take age away. So I don't think it's a bad thing, but he looks a little more mature. I was surprised to see that he was 44 in the before picture. He looks a little younger than that. And I'm sorry, you look all of your age with the beard, but I think that's okay. Having a beard can really change the way you look, and sometimes it adds years, sometimes it takes away, and then sometimes it just improves your look. As our next guy here, he's a local guy to Philadelphia. His name is Vincero. He's 44 years old, and you can see his before and his after, and what a change this is. Now, I often encourage guys who are a little older and also whose faces have changed over time. You don't have the same face, yeah, it's the same face, but your gravity changes your face and your nose and your jaw and your chin. And sometimes growing a beard can make a significant impact on the way your face balance works out. And I think in his case, this is something that works really well for him. And I would say, I hope you keep that beard, even as a short beard, even as a long beard. I think this is a great look for a guy of a certain age. Now, Peter, on the other hand, is a 47 years old from Israel. And you can see in this before picture, and then in his after picture, for the most part, generally speaking, most guys are going to look older when they grow a beard. And when you're 18, 19, 22 years old, that's great. I want to look older. I want to look more mature. And when you are in your 40s, sometimes you grow a beard and it's like, wow, it's gray. I look really old. And but in Peter's case, he's one of these guys who I actually think he looks younger with a beard. So don't be afraid to grow a beard in thinking that you might look old. You might be like Peter here and actually look younger with your beard. We have a 49-year-old, and he is, what is his name? Bruce Traveler, and he is 49 years old from Massachusetts. We had seen him before. This beard also significantly changes the shape of his face, and a great looking beard, which I would say is a pretty typical beard in terms of length for 6 months, and a good look on him. We have a 49-year-old in Chris here. He is from Billings in the United States, and talk about a look that changed. Could be the glasses, could be the smile, but definitely a change of look without even shifting his hair. He was shaved smooth before on the head and keeping that look, but the beard looks really natural on him and a great look for a guy who's 49 years old. Just a couple of more here. We have Larry. Larry had always rocked a mustache of some type, and in this case, a little bit of twirl on the curl there, and grew a beard, and it's a great look on him. I wouldn't have guessed that it would change his look so significantly, and it does. Now, I look at him, and I have, I think, a similar face shape without my beard. And I think growing a beard sometimes can add length to your chin, length to your jaw, and once again, altering the shape of your face. And as it's been said before, beards are makeup for men. They can really change your face sometimes. Last but not least is the guy that we saw, I think, the last time, who was last but not least. We have Ray, who's 57 years old, who had a job where forever in his life he could not have a beard. And once it hit with Corona, and he's like, I'm going to grow it. And this guy has fully embraced the bearded lifestyle. You can see in some of his funnier pictures, but once again, very comfortable now having a beard. Now, some guys ask me, I've never had a beard. I don't know, will I feel weird? Like how people accept me, how people receive me. Does it feel weird to have a beard? Here's an example of a guy who has totally embraced bearded life and what he looks like as a bearded guy, and he looks pretty phenomenal. So there we go. I'm not going to make any predictions about where we're going to be in 3 more months or even in a year. We probably won't come back to the series until a year. I'm going to see actually who stuck with their Corona beard for a year. But I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's often good to see where other guys are, and you can see these almost side by side to see what a 6-month beard looks like and what your beard looks like. Hope it encourages you to continue on. And are you guys actually continuing in your Corona Beard Challenge and growing those beards out? Comment below and tell me if you are doing that and how long you intend to grow that beard. Until we meet again,